Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope for February 2024. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So, here today, I'm going to discuss the major events happening in February, and I'll tell you how they will influence your zodiac sign, more specifically your ascendant sign, on a deeper level. So, here, this horoscope is most accurate for your rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture and a wider perspective of on the upcoming weeks. I follow Western astrology tropical zodiac. So here, this is a very introspective month for you, dear Pisces, because there's a lot of energy, a lot of energetical focus upon your 12th house. So here, if you feel like you need to withdraw, if you need time to recharge yourself, then do so, because you can easily burn out and become demotivated if you don't dedicate time to recharge your energies, because it's you'll be absorbing energies, external energies, like a sponge this month. You might have people oversharing information with you, needing your advice, your guidance, and you might just want to disappear at times. Obviously, not literally, but it's generally all that 12th house energy requires time in nature or meditating, listening to some relaxing music. You need to recharge yourself, let go of the energies that you absorb during the day. So just on a side note, but here, generally, yes, spirituality, self-discovery is really prominent this month. You might have this really strong urge to connect to spirituality or to the spiritual, mystical side of life. And at the same time, you might have this really strong need to explore the deeper mysteries of life and existence. And go for it, because you might also find it really soothing and therapeutic even. So generally, your intuition is likely to increase, and sensitivity, compassion. And yes, there's a tendency towards escapism or avoidance. So with so much happening here in your 12th house, it's really essential that you stay grounded. If you don't have any planets in overall in the earth signs in your chart, then work with the earth, work with clay, walk barefoot if you can on the ground. You need to be grounded or meditate, and in order to feel present, generally speaking. So yes, so deeper understanding of the self, of self-discovery is also very much highlighted here, as well as mental health as well. All right, so on the 4th, 5th of February, Mercury will move into Aquarius, and it will immediately connect with Pluto in Aquarius as well. So we've got this intense mental focus and transformation when it comes to your inner work, your inner world, conscious mind as well. Generally, you will think very deeply about your life, about your past achievements this month. It's a very deep level of introspection and analysis and review. And you might be kind of diving deep into a topic of your interest. You want to learn about yourself, about your past, and you might have this strong need to do some journaling. It's not always easy to express your thoughts. You might be more secretive throughout the month of February, especially here when Mercury is in your 12th house, and that's okay. I think journaling is really great. And during those 12 house energies transits, overall, it's a time of personal transformation, growth. And if you generally, because there's also a tendency here that you might develop towards overthinking or compulsive thinking. So at this point, it's essential or useful to kind of shift your energy onto something else. If you can't stop thinking about something, then try to occupy your mind with a mentally stimulating activity so that you can shift away and concentrate on something different. All right, so on the 9th, there's a new moon in Aquarius at 20 degrees, and this is happening in your 12th house. So a new moon here, it could be about, here again, the self-discovery, new habits that you might want to implement, a greater connection to perhaps or interest in spirituality, or need to learn more about the self. Unexpected changes could also take place, because This new moon will square Uranus in Taurus. So what this means is that here the area of communication is highlighted, and this could mean that you might experience perhaps some sudden insights, realizations that might challenge your current belief system, your life philosophy, your thought pattern. So overall, you might feel restless. If you feel restless, if you feel slightly more rebellious than usual, when it comes to your self-expression, perhaps you might be seeking also a greater freedom, independence in your communication style. So generally, this can be a time of experimentation, innovation, as you explore new ways to express yourself more authentically. And as you connect with others, now you could be also reviewing some connections in your life. If you feel like there are people in your life who kind of stop you from being your true self, then here you will be also reviewing these this sort of connections. And right, so that's the new moon. Now on the 13th, 14th, Mars will move into Aquarius. It will join Pluto, the Sun, Mercury. And Mars, of course, will cross the degree of Pluto as well. When Mars is in the 12th house, we usually it's the energies of Mars are repressed, and so is the anger. So here it might be difficult to release the excess of that angry energy, impulsive energy. So here physical activity is really useful during Mars in the 12th house transit. Martial arts, jogging, even walking outside, fresh air. You need to release the excess of that angry energy. You can't just go straight to bed after a very, very stressful day. You need to find an outlet of release. So that's on a side note, because it can affect you as well. The next day, even if you just go straight to bed after a stressful day, you need some time to let go of these energies. Now, at the same time with Mars in the 12th overall, it's it's a good time to work independently. You can really, really concentrate your energies on some independent work. It's not always easy to work in a group and in crowded, loud places. You can get really drained. So for this reason, as I mentioned earlier, you need time and when you can recharge yourself. Now, on a different level here with Mars and Pluto conjunction, this is when you might have to confront some inner fears, insecurities, phobias as well. And overall, this is when, especially the ones that are holding you back from achieving your personal goals, personal objectives, personal desires. Now, at the same time, it's all about embracing a more courageous, a more confident approach to your inner journey. When Venus comes here on the 16th, it will also connect with Pluto. Now, with Venus in the 12th house, this could be a time when you might want to when you may become more secretive about your love life, about your relationship. Now, for those who meet someone in a romantic sense during this transit, you might want to keep this romance connection a secret, at least in the initial phase. And here with Venus and Pluto conjunction, this could be a time of some intense emotional and even spiritual transformation, because you might be seeking to deeper your connection with your inner self, but also perhaps with someone really significant to you. This could be when you might want to connect with another on a really deep level. And that's also very much that Piscean energy is really highlighted here with Venus and Pluto conjunction as well. So you seek the inner peace, the inner happiness, very creative, very dreamy time here, February, but also a time when generally journaling is great because you can have really good ideas for your life. And if you don't write them down, then you might forget, and perhaps you might never kind of accomplish these dreams, these goals, even if they are very little. They might be very helpful and guidance useful guidance that might be coming through your subconscious mind. Now, overall, a very powerful time of growth, empowerment. It's all about being open to the lessons and insights that emerge during this time, because then on the 22nd, there will be a Venus and Mars conjunction in Aquarius at 7 degrees. So here again, that strong urge to express your own individuality, to break free from any limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging um, and energies, behavioral patterns as well, negative thinking. If you've been feeling stuck in the root, unable to progress or move forward especially since Saturn also moved here recently last year, then this is a month when you can really create some meaningful changes, or at least the first steps towards these meaningful changes. But at the same time, it's also when you can reach that depth in your close and important connections with other people. If you are a healer, if you work with others, then this month could be really remarkable as well as you connect, especially on one-to-one basis. All right, so on the 19th, we've got a North Node and Chiron conjunction in Aries at 16 degrees. And this is generally here happening in your second house. The North Node is about the unknown, the unexplored. It's where we're supposed to be heading. And Chiron is connected to wounds and healing, trauma. When these two connect in your second house at 16 degrees, and this influence will be probably well, it will last throughout the month of February anyway. But this is a time of some deep healing, growth when it comes to self-worth, when it comes to personal values, when it comes to material resources, when it comes to your relationship with money as well. So this could be generally a period of some really intense self-discovery, transformation, as you confront any wounds, any limiting beliefs that are generally stopping you, holding you back, preventing you from living a more fulfilling and abundant life. So you might have this inner urge or a very strong urge to assert your independence and take charge of your financial sphere. If you've been overly codependent, then or perhaps if it was difficult to establish that financial independence and to become self-reliant, because perhaps you were stopping yourself, or that the negative thinking interrupted in that ability to progress, to establish that success in this area of life, then this is all about breaking away from this cycle and perhaps from the patterns of dependency or insecurity even. So here during this time, you might have to confront some insecurities, anything generally that is holding you back from achieving that fulfillment and that great potential in your financial area. Now, here we end the month with full moon in Virgo at 5 degrees on the 24th, and this full moon will oppose Saturn in Pisces. Mercury is also in Pisces at that point as well, the sun. So this is happening in your seventh house. Something is coming to an end, to light, needs your attention in this area of your life. Now, here this cycle started on August 2022, and overall, it's the attention turns onto the other, your significant other, your partnership, or an important contract you have with another person. With an opposition to Saturn in Pisces in your first house, you might be experience this sense of a limitation in your personal growth, self-expression, perhaps some kind of obligations, duties, or situations taking place in your relationship area, one-to-one collaborations, partnerships, is generally crushing your self-esteem in some way, or is blocking that ability to be authentic, your authentic self, or to express yourself authentically. So overall, yes, this could be affecting you on a deeper level, but could be also affecting for you that ability to form deeper connections. So here again, during this time, you might have to face some challenging energies, perhaps, or some limitations that are holding you back from embracing your true self. And perhaps if things have been okay recently, something might come up or show up even during a conversation you might have with another person. This is when you might have some realizations that perhaps could be quite eye-opening, and these could be related to your perhaps any blockages and connected to your ability to relate to others, to connect with others, that are generally holding you back from being your true self, especially in the outside world. Here, this full moon gives this opportunity for becoming more confident and more authentic in your approach to love, to partnerships, to relationships. So we will explore it further closer to the day. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant month, and until the next time, bye for now.